Hey church, this month's book recommendation is a book by Russell Moore called Onward, Engaging the Culture Without Losing the Gospel. Now, Dr. Moore writes this book with an eye to our developing situation as we live in a society that is increasingly post-Christian, as some have said. A lot of Christians in America feel a sense of anxiety about this. They see America and a growing number of Americans moving away from some of these previously assumed shared convictions and assumptions that Christians held to. And they look at society in the direction they feel it's heading, and they feel a sense of panic. What does this mean for the mission of the church? Is the mission failing to succeed as society heads this direction? Russell Moore writes this book, among other things, in order to calm our nerves, in order to reduce this sense of panic. He notes that even as America becomes post-Christian and Christians maybe are entering into a position of being less the moral majority, but now a prophetic minority, that this may actually be good for the church. That this is actually sort of the natural habitat of the church as a strange people, as exiles in the world. So rather than being a source of panic and anxiety, Moore wants us to see that this new situation in which we find ourselves is actually an opportunity. It provides great potential for the gospel to go out. Moore notes that in the past, when maybe America had more of this Christian feel to it, that things may not have actually been as good as we thought they were under those conditions. That yes, there may have been more of a culture of Christianity, but was it actually genuine Christianity, or did it just facilitate nominalism? That is, people who are just Christians in name only. Was it a genuine sort of Christianity that people were embracing? Or was it more that the culture setting an expectation of Christianity, where Christianity was more the norm, that it created more of a veneer of Christianity than the real thing? And so Moore notes that this new situation in which we find ourselves, where Christianity is not the norm, allows us to actually pursue a more genuine expression of Christianity. Folks who are genuinely committed to Christ and following his strange way. Moore wants us to embrace the strangeness then of Christianity, where Christianity is not the norm of society, but that the church is actually a peculiar people and are able to give witness to an unexpected king. So in the book, Moore begins by surveying the biblical and theological material that helps us in this project. He looks at concepts like kingdom, culture, and mission to first of all set the stage in terms of what our theological convictions are heading into this topic. And then in the second half of the book, Moore applies these theological convictions to some pressing issues. He looks at things like human dignity, the stability of the family, religious liberty, and this principle that he calls convictional kindness in terms of how we go about engaging the culture. At the moment, this book is probably my number one recommendation when it comes to Christian cultural engagement, so I highly recommend considering picking up a copy, and as always, maybe invite someone to read along with you.